This lesson is on calculating volume using the disk method. So let's start by sketching the area of the region bounded by y equals the square root of x, y equals 0, and x equals 2. And if you do that, we will get a region, a shaded region shown in the graph. Okay, so we've got the curve y equals the square root of x. We've got y equals 0, which is the x-axis, and x equals 2, which is the vertical line at x equals 2. Now next, we want to revolve this shaded region around the x-axis to create a solid, as you can see in the diagram. It doesn't matter whether we go clockwise or counterclockwise, but we're just revolving that shaded region and we're going to end up with a solid. Now looking at the solid that we've created, what does the area of the cross section look like, okay? If we were to take and slice that solid down vertically, we would have the cross section, much like if you were to saw a tree down, okay? You'd have a cross section. So what is that cross section going to look like? And it's obvious that that cross section is simply going to look like a circle, okay? Next, we want to say, well, if we have a circular cross section, what is the area of that circle going to be equal to? And that is pretty straightforward in that the area of a circle is simply equal to pi r squared. Well, if the area of the circle is pi r squared, what is the radius of this circle going to be equal to? And if we look at it closely, we realize that the radius is simply the y value, or in this case, it's equal to the square root of x, okay? So the radius is simply equal to the square root of x in this particular case. So now we've said that the cross-section is a circle. So what is the area of one cross-section going to be equal to if it's a circle? Now we know that the area of the circle is pi r squared. In this case, r is equal to the square root of x. So in this particular case, the area of any one cross-section is simply equal to pi times the square root of x squared. So now we have the area of the cross-section. If we take and have an infinite number of cross-sections and add up all those areas, we should come out with the volume of the solid. So how do we come up with the volume of the solid in this particular case? So as they say, if we have an infinite number of cross-sections, we can find the volume by using calculus, or more specifically, the volume is going to equal the integral from 0 to 2 in this case of x times the radius, which in this case is the square root of x, squared dx. So now this gives us a definition for a solid of revolution, okay? And that is that the volume is simply equal to pi times the integral from a to b of r to the x squared dx, where rx is the distance between the axis of revolution and the outside of the object. So let me repeat that again. The volume is simply equal to pi times the integral from a to b of r sub x squared dx, where r sub x is the distance between the axis of revolution and the outside of the object. So let's look at another example. In this case, y is equal to x plus 1, y is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, x is equal to 2. So this is the region, okay, that we want, and we want to take and revolve that region about the x-axis. So first of all, what does that region look like? Well, if you look closely, here is our y is equal to x plus 1 right here. Y is equal to 0 is simply the x-axis, which is down here. X is equal to 0 is this portion of the y-axis right here, and x equals 2 is this vertical line over here. So that describes the four sides of the shaded region. Now we want to revolve that about the x-axis. So now we're taking the shaded region and we're revolving or rotating it about the x-axis to create a solid figure. So now we have our solid, okay? If we're looking at it from the far right, we're going to see a circular base, okay? And it's tapered, almost looks like a cone with part of it cut off. So let's see if we can calculate the volume of this solid figure now. So if we remember our definition for the volume of a solid of revolution or rotation, it's simply equal to pi times the integral from 0 to 2 of x plus 1, and x plus 1, remember, is the radius of the cross-section, squared dx, okay? So pi times the integral from 0 to 2 of x plus 1 quantity squared dx. So now all we're going to do is we're going to multiply x plus 1 quantity squared, which gives us x squared plus 2x plus 1. Take the integral of that from 0 to 2 and multiply it by pi. And if you do that and crank out the numbers, you come out with the volume of this particular solid is equal to 26 pi over 3.